everyone, my name is Elle and welcome to my 5th check-in or progress report on my makeup basket series. This is actually going to be my last makeup basket for the time being, as it is. Okay, so let me explain. I was intending to keep doing this for probably a couple of more months as I was rotating through all of the stuff that I still have until I really started to look at what was remaining. I mentioned this before, but just in case you don't know, I decided to dump all of my makeup, all of it, into a giant box. Just one of those giant clear storage boxes, so that I could just have everything in one place instead of everywhere, and I could pick from there and start working on things. So what I have remaining is a lot of blushes, a lot of eyeshadows, a lot of like eye crayons, that sort of stuff, lip balms, things that I'm not going to be working through anytime soon, and not necessarily stuff that I want to pan or get rid of. So what I did do is I sat down for a few hours and I went through all that stuff, and I really picked out the things that I really know I could safely declutter. Like after trying it, swatching it, playing with it, I decided to declutter some of that stuff. So I do have a few things to declutter. What I'm intending to do starting now is do monthly makeup baskets, but instead of here are some things I'm going to be using for the next month, it's going to be more of a what I wore makeup basket series. So I know it's changing again. This makeup basket has never really remained constant, but I felt like that might work a little bit better for me because I spent honestly about an hour going through all my makeup and thinking like, okay, what can I throw in this makeup basket? And there were just so many things, and I was like, well, maybe I might want to use this, maybe I might want to use this, oh, but I can see how I'd want to use that. And I went, you know, why am I doing this if I don't really want to do it? If my heart's not in it, there's no point in doing it. But then I thought of why not changing it to a what I wore. So makeup basket, what I wore. So for example, in August, I'll talk about the things that I was using in July, the things that I was gravitating towards, what I used in every category. It might be a lot of products some months, and some months it might not be a lot. And I also want to get back into panning a little bit more. Right now I have one project pan, my everyday essentials, which is not like a race to the finish sort of project. Those are kind of fun, and I think I might want to do something with more of a deadline, something with a little bit more structure, and do a few more projects. I have a few little fun ideas and things that I've had planned for a very, very long time that I really want to pay some attention to, and I just feel like it's reached its end for me. I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish out of it, which is the whole point. You're not going to keep going and doing something if you've already gotten out of it what you needed to. Anyway, I have things to talk about here, things that I had chosen last week, things that I had been using, things that are going back into my collection to be used later or for me to continue to use, and things that I'm decluttering. Okay, I know. I just can't seem to stop talking sometimes, so let's start with the first product. So I'm gonna start with this guy, the Anastasia Moonchild Glow Kit, and of course this is just going back into my collection. I love this so much. I'm so happy I finally have it, but I had to stop myself from using it because I was using it way too much. I was just pairing it with everything and things that it just didn't really go well with. Like there'd be times when I was feeling sort of like a warmer, more like bronzy kind of makeup, and instead of pairing it with like a golden-ish highlight, I was like, why not go purple? And it was just not working. I just had to tell myself, like, put it aside. It's okay, you finally have it. It's beautiful, but you don't need to pair it with everything you do. So my favorite right now is Purple Horseshoe. I don't have anything else like this. Honestly, I've come across a few dupes over the last year and a bit where I was so obsessed with this palette. I was trying to find things. So Blue Ice and Pink Heart, I definitely have dupes for. Star doesn't show up that well on me. It's just a little bit dull and gray, but Purple Horseshoe, Blue Moon, like both the purples, and Lucky Clover, the green, oh, they're so good. So overall, I'm absolutely just enamored with this palette. It's just, I'm so happy I finally have it, and I know I will definitely be using this more. When it comes to these like what I wore makeup baskets, I feel like the highlighter section is just gonna be like piled high. It's gonna be like I wore everything on my face at the same time. The ColourPop highlighters, I'm moving back into pan. I honestly didn't really use these that much. I swatched them and played around with them more because the textures I talked about, I think in the last makeup basket, is just one of my favorite things ever. The Super Shock formula, the eyeshadow and the cheek products I just love the texture of it so much. I could honestly just spend hours swatching it. I just love the way that it feels. These things I definitely think I'll be able to pan just because they're so soft and the texture of them, like they're so smooth. I really think that I'll be able to pan those hopefully before they go bad. So I am going to be decluttering the Hard Candy Glamoflauge concealer. It's just a little bit too yellow toned for me, and it's a really thick concealer. I can see how it's really good for some people if you have like a lot of breakouts, a lot of redness, but for me this is too much of a concealer. I don't need this much, and it's the wrong shade, and I've got so many other things that I just don't need to have a concealer that's the wrong shade. I already have a few that I'm keeping that are the wrong shade because I'm trying to pan other things. Don't need another one. The Annabelle BB Retouch pencil, so one side has a smooth end and the other side has a brighten side. If it was just the brighten side, I would honestly be decluttering this because this is very, very similar to the Benefit Highbrow, which is just like a soft matte pink highlight that I've been using sort of in my waterline. This is very similar to that. So I wouldn't really need to keep it for that reason. But the smooth side is such a cool product. It's just almost like a face primer. It's very clear. It feels a little bit tacky, but it really blends and covers pores entirely. Like they really almost look invisible, especially when you put foundation and stuff on top of it. It just looks like you have no pores. It's really cool. I've been liking to use it I've like most of my visible pores right now are like right here, and I will use this stuff just on that those sections. So I'll use this mostly like when I'm filming or if I'm taking photos for Instagram. I get called out on using a filter like all the time now, and I do have a built-in feature with my camera. It's a flaw of the Sony cameras that you can't turn it off, so it does give you a little bit more of a skin smoothing effect. But I've taken photos with my iPhone and my skin still looks pretty darn good. But it's also because I have all these studio lights on. I've got all this makeup on. Like, I know the tricks to taking a good photo so that your skin looks good. It's not a filter. I just had to say that because I just keep getting the filter comments and it's driving me crazy because I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything, guys. This is just, it's the way that the camera is, it's the way that the lighting is, it's the way that the makeup is. I'm not doing anything extra. Okay? Can we please leave it at that? Thanks. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can always talk to me at any time. I am going to be decluttering this Josie Maran Argan Illuminizer. I really want to like this because I generally like Josie Maran products, but this product, I feel like when I pump it out, I get way too much that comes out at once, and I feel like it's too dark for my skin to just use as a highlight. Like, I really sometimes get that stripe, and I like liquid highlighters that are very light, almost even white, just because they make a really good base for other products to sit upon. And something that's already dark isn't gonna work very well with my skin. I did use it a couple of times like on my body and I was like, it's okay, but am I gonna really use it that way? No, I'd be forcing myself to use it, so I'm going to get rid of it. I am going to keep both of the cream blushes. I only used them one time each, but it was enough to determine that I wanted to keep them. So the L'Oreal one in Angelic, it's this beautiful peachy shade. Kind of matches my shirt. Very peachy. It's almost too intense sometimes. Like, I do find I have to blend it out quite a bit to make it look a little bit more subtle. But I don't mind that. I like orange blushes right now, just like orange peachy shades in general. So that's pretty good. I guess I like cream products more now than I ever did before, and I think it's because the only times I was really using them before was when I was forcing myself to pan them, and now that I'm not forcing myself to pan them, I'm liking them. So the Stila Convertible Color in Petunia, this is such like a natural color on me. It's such a natural flush. I really like it. It's a little bit sticky, so it can be a little uncomfortable sometimes, like there's a little bit too much tackiness, but I find that if I blend it, and sometimes if the tackiness really gets to me, I'll just put like a translucent powder, like a little bit on top. It does sort of dull the color a little bit, but it gets rid of that stickiness, which sometimes I can't stand. And I feel like it doesn't even go away with like a setting spray. It's just like that tackiness, like it's sitting on top of the skin. I don't really like that. So I am going to keep both of those and play with them. I feel like they're still good. They haven't expired, so I might as well keep them and use them for as long as I can. So I have 3 cheek kits here that I was talking about. Each one sort of looks the same with the blush, bronzer, and highlighter. I decided to pick all three out that I have to try and see what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to get rid of. So I am going to keep the NARS one. This is the Narcissus Cheek Kit. So the bronzer is a little bit dark, but it's not very orange, which I like because the orange bronzers are just not good for me. The blush is very pretty. I believe it's Orgasm, and I do like it now than I did before. I've been more into shimmery blushes, and the highlight shade is actually decent. It's not something that I would wear very often, but I like that this kit has everything sort of here together and a little mirror. Like honestly, if I ever had to pack a travel bag, like I don't really travel much because I just don't have the time or money, but if I did have to or was able to go somewhere, I'd probably bring something like this because I would be able to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish pretty quickly without having like a huge bag full of stuff. This is a really nice, simple little thing to take with me that would do the trick. I'm also going to keep one of these other ones, but I haven't quite made my mind up yet about which one I want to keep. I actually did play with both of them. They're way too dramatic for me to use every day, but I was playing around with some more theatrical style makeup, more like special effects makeup, thinking about like how stuff would translate on a stage when you need stuff to be really intense. And that's what these did because they're very bold, dramatic shades. They would potentially work for someone of a deeper, maybe even warmer skin tone than mine, but for me it looks sort of ridiculous in real life just because of the tones of both of these. But I want to keep one of them for those sort of reasons because they're both good. They're powder products. I feel like they're going to last for a while. And if I do happen to do any stage work, or if I get the opportunity to do any more makeup for theater stuff, then it would be good to have something like this on hand because it's something that's going to really show up when you have all kinds of like super powered lights on you, and you need to be seen from a distance. You need to carve out your face a little bit, and so I don't know which one I want to keep. I feel like for personal use, I'd want the naked one just because of the way that it's laid out and it has the mirror, and this would be so much easier for me to do my own makeup. But if I was doing makeup on somebody else, I think I would want this one just because of the way that it's laid out. So I honestly don't know which one I'm going to keep yet. I'll think about it a little bit more because I've just been sitting here thinking, and I can't make up my mind. So I'll let you guys know what I end up deciding. I just can't decide right now which one I want to keep. And the last product that I actually chose to put in my makeup basket at the last check-in is this mascara from Revlon, and this is the Mega Multiplier mascara that I got from Influencer. It'd be really cool if you guys could go and check out the unboxing and first impressions I did. I did a demo and everything. Every now and then I get the opportunity to try some products and do reviews and stuff on them, and it would really mean a lot to me if you guys could check out those videos if you really didn't mind, just because I really enjoy having the opportunity to try new products. But if people don't watch the videos, then I won't get a chance to try them again. So that's one of the only times you guys will ever hear me say that, but I would be really grateful. So anyway, I've been really enjoying this mascara. It's a tubing mascara, which I've never liked in the past, but I really like this one, and it's really easy to remove. So the mascara comes off in tubes. I just find that I need really, really warm water, but I've been wearing this mascara every single day recently. When I'm not wearing false eyelashes, I will use the Tarte one that's in my project pan when I'm wearing false eyelashes, because this stuff's a little bit too much. Like, it makes my lashes stand out and they're too dramatic for false eyelashes, believe it or not. It's not like they look like false eyelashes. No, like no mascara is really gonna make your eyelashes look like you're wearing falsies, but it does make my eyelashes look really voluminous. So I've been very happy with it, and I'm very thankful for Influencer for sending me that, and Revlon as well. So it's always fun to try new things. And now the handful of things I have to declutter. There's really not a whole lot, but there's enough. So the first thing I have is this Rimmel concealer. This is the Wake Me Up concealer in Very Fair. I tried to pan this a long time ago. I'm thinking over a year now, and there's not a whole lot left in this. It's just not the right color match for me. I remember trying to use it before and it just was not right. So when I saw this was sitting in my makeup basket, I was like, why do I even still have this? That is definitely going. I also have this Lancome concealer, sort of the same deal. It's much too dark for me. I wanted to like it because it actually feels really, really soft, but it's it's too dark for me to use properly as a concealer. The only other way I could think about using it was on my eyes as sort of a base for eyeshadows, but I have so many other things. Yeah, I don't need to find ways to use products right now. I have too many things to do that at this point. I'm also going to get rid of this NYX product. This is the NYX push-up bra for your eyebrows. I've had this for a very, very long time. I was really happy with it for a while. I thought it was such a cool product. It's got the big chubby eyebrow pencil on one side, and it's got the pale pink highlight shade like Benefit's Highbrow and like that Annabelle product. And I really liked it for a long time. I find that it's very, very dry right now, and it's not something that I see myself using because brow pencils like this are way, way too thick for me to do anything with my brows. And my brows, like, it's a challenge. I also have this Urban Decay 24/7 eyeshadow pencil. This is the shade Mushroom. This is a beautiful, like, grayish color. I really, really enjoyed using this. It made a really good base for some eyeshadows that I had panned previously, but I lost the cap, so it totally dried out, and it's actually like loose on the inside, so the whole thing is just like loose and dry and wants to fall out of the packaging. So this was actually something that I was really sad to come across. I mean, yeah, it's another product out of my collection, but it was something that I actually did like using. I actually have some blushes that I am going to be getting rid of as well. From the Sephora collection, I have this blush called Mango Beam. I think I've talked about this on my channel before. The blush itself is broken and the packaging is broken, so the powder has dried out a little bit. I'm not going to try and fuss with it. I could probably repress it if I really wanted to and like make it work, but I don't need to do that. I also have this blush from Julep. This is a pore minimizing blush in Peach Bellini. I had tried to hit pan on this a long time ago now, and I got frustrated and put it aside, and I don't think I've used it since. So I'm going to get rid of this one. I swatched it on my hand a few times, and it's so sparkly, but like glittery and not in a good way. I also have this So Susan Universal blush. So that's what that looks like. I used this a couple times, just really wasn't crazy about it. Just didn't find that it blended out very well. A couple of eyeshadow things. This one also from the Sephora brand. This is a eyeshadow trio in Glamoflauge. So it's got a brown, a gold, and a green. It's pretty. I just have so many other eyeshadows that this quality of this just really doesn't stand up anymore. I had it for a long time, and I just have terrible flashbacks of using that gold stripe in the middle and getting like little bits of brown and green all messed up and having a really muddled eye. Yeah, not cute. I also have this little Clinique set. It's got two eyeshadows in here, this blue and sort of a deep purple, almost burgundy shade. Very pretty colors, but I didn't find that they worked very well for me. I've been hesitant to use them again because the last time I tried using them, I actually got a lot of little bumps around my eyes. I tend to react very poorly to Clinique products, with the exception being the Cheek Pop. So those seem to be the only things that really work for me. And the last thing is also from Clinique. This was hiding with my lip balms. This is one of the Chubby Sticks. It's a moisturizing lip color balm. This is in Super Strawberry. I had decluttered Curvy Caramel, I think it was called, during my lipstick roulette. And I don't know why they were in two separate spots, but either way, I'm going to be getting rid of this guy. It's a very pretty sort of strawberry color, but I'm just not a big fan of Clinique lip products. Alright, so that is everything for my makeup baskets. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a really useful couple of months for me going through these products and figuring out stuff to declutter and stuff I wanted to pan. Ultimately, I do want to pan as much as I can within the time limits I have, because I know that these products are not all going to last forever. So I'm going to rotate through what I can and pan what I can, or even just try and hit pan on stuff. I think would still be a very good goal. So make sure to let me know what you think of the what I wore idea, and if that's something that interests you. I really love hearing from you guys. Your feedback really helps me and helps me structure these videos and projects and challenges into something that ends up being very successful. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.